Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Hey.
I'm Sony,
Drew, Andrew, Don.
and this is Thompson Talk, where we
Raise the stock of Plan B. Go ahead and buy them. I know you need them. You weren't careful. Fix that mistake.
that actually leads us into this week's episode, which is S for
Thanks.
sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Not you.
Not you and me. Yeah.
But actually, sex, you are the result of sex, but yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And that is weird.
Uh,
That is kind of weird to talk about. Kind of
I
strange.
am. I am the fruit of your labor.
This is another one of those where, Sarah would say, that's inappropriate.
Hey, you know what? It's 2021. This may very well be inappropriate, but we are busting down barriers.
We are busting down barriers, yes. So I know that there's a lot to be said. That's a huge topic, right? There's so many different
not,
directions.
not for me.
There's so many ways that we could be inappropriate, but we wanted to talk just a little bit about, as we're thinking about things in our past and conversations that we've had, because that's a little bit awkward when you're talking to, Andrew. I know that your your kids right now are a little bit young for sex, not experimentation, because I think that the whole is like, oh, that feels funny, that. But I think that the first time, my first impulse with Andrew was like, don't have sex, don't have sex, don't have sex, don't have sex. And it was actually my sister, Andrew's Auntie T, that said to me, don't tell him, don't have sex. That's when you tell anybody, especially a young person, teenage, don't do anything, is when they want to do it. So she's like, don't say don't have sex.
Yep.
Say, I know that you're going to have sex. And I hope that you wait until
Yeah.
you're ready. And when you are, that you are safe and that you take the precautions so that you don't, get a girl pregnant, or you don't get an STD, or, that kind of thing. So that was really helpful
Which,
for me.
just throwing it out there, no STDs for kids. Throwing it out there. That
So
didn't listen.
that was helpful to me, in talking to Andrew about sex. And then, I think that, um, like the way that Andrew came to be was the girlfriend that I had at the time, and I calling up Andrew's dad and saying, um, do you want to have a beer with a hot girlfriend and I? So I definitely told Andrew to be careful when he did have sex, to use it, not only use a condom, but you know, when he took it off, to tie a knot in it and stick in his pocket, because you never know. There's some tricky tricksters
In
out
the
there.
words of Billy Yates, "Bull, child support's the son of a beep."
Yeah. So your dad never really had a sex talk with you. It was your lesbian mom.
Yeah, which I mean, like you said, you didn't really want to talk about sex with me in the beginning. You just wanted to be like, "Don't have it."
Don't have
And
it. Yep.
I was kind of the same way, being a young man and having a mom who dated women. It's like I didn't at first. I was like, I don't know if I can bring myself to talk to her about it. But when I got older, if you want to do karate and you live in a house with Mr. Miyagi, just fucking, you gotta you gotta call the coach. You gotta get some plays.
Oh, so
If
one of the things that I never will be able to do, like it was difficult as a mom for a young guy, to know all the things that Andrew was going through. You know what I mean? Like I remember when he was younger, when we would drive in the car and we'd
uh,
go over hills, he would get like erect. Didn't you? You get
No,
like
it
a,
wasn't. No, it wasn't that. It was. I was. I could just feel it, like in my stomach. I'd be like, that made my pee pee feel weird, and that's still to this day. You take a hill too fast with me, I'm gonna say something.
so that's not something that I could relate to. Any, you know, uh,
But there was. I can specifically remember going through a drive through. I think it was at McDonald's, and out of nowhere, I was like, eh, trying to push it down. And you're getting ready to get the food. You say, Andrew, stop messing with it.
yeah, because I don't know. It's not something that I had ever experienced. Any experience that I have, I can just take it off, clean it, and put it back in a drawer. So, difficult. It was difficult for how do you how will you tell your sons, Andrew, because you got a lot of them now. How will you tell them when they get an erection, what to do?
Tuck it in the belt line. That's
Tuck
hey.
it in the belt line.
You
What
gotta
does
put
that
the
even
gun. You
mean?
gotta put the gun on safety. You gotta tuck it in the belt line. That way it won't show.
Gotcha.
Every morning I rode the bus, I would lay down in the back of the bus and end up just harder than Chinese arithmetic, and and I'd have to belt line it.
Yeah, that's not something that I could ever even, yeah, I had no advice to give in that.
On a serious note,
Mhm.
I think it's important for us as adults, with kids, especially younger kids, to realize that these kids, especially once they get into school, are so far advanced from where we think they are. I know a couple people that are convinced their kids don't cuss, and you see them on the street and they be like, "What's up, motherfucker?" Like, so it's just the kids are advanced. So I think Auntie T had a great point. You say, "Hey, I hope that you wait whenever you're ready," and then also, obviously there's some boundaries. I don't think I'll let my kids. Well, regardless of what I think, I know for a fact that my wife Alyssa, she's not going to let the boys go into the room with a girl by themselves. And
Yeah.
I don't think I will either until they get to a certain age. And then, yeah, breaking it down to them Barney style, like, look, hey, this is fun, but since I was 18, 19 years old, I've had to care for a child, and it completely zaps. I don't want to say zaps the fun out of stuff, but you have a weight on your shoulders from that point on. You have another life that you're partially responsible for. Um, so it's not something to just shake your head at, or your.
And I don't think that I ever, like, everything has its proper name. It's a penis, it's a vagina, it's not a wee wee, teeny
Dangalang.
little, yeah.
Yeah. Sea monster.
Invincible it's not a sea monster. No. From a previous episode, if you
Arg.
but,
Yep. Make sure you check it
um
out. That was a funny one too.
so you know yeah, I've got a lot of different thoughts because I know everybody's different. Everybody's family unit is different. Everybody's, that's something.
Everybody's dynamic. Yeah.
Even um I know that my oldest grandchild, um I think that the other side of the family is like, you got your boobies, or and pinching boobies, and I'm like, that's
You
not,
got your
because
nipples. Yeah.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. And even though if it's innocent, I don't know if it's, yeah. I don't,
So my thought on that is, I'm not gonna lie, like we do it with with the youngest as well, Carter. Carter is nonverbal. We try to get him to say any word that he'll say. You know what I mean? and he's very smart. He has a lot of cognitive processing going on. He knows his body parts. In fact, that one time that you talked to him on the phone and you were like, "Where's your nose?" That was the first time that I knew that he knew where his nose was. Um, it is it is innocent, and I think I've said it in the past where like I'm naked around my kids because the
Yeah.
naked body is a natural thing.
But again, that's not sex, right? Like that's not
Right.
the yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna whip his nipple with a tassel. Like it's just like
You know what is really
it's
funny?
just like got your nip nip.
I don't know, Andrew, if I ever told you, but there are some
Oh
friends of
shit.
there are some friends of mine that will remind me sometimes. This is back probably, like when I lived in Fargo Moorhead, maybe even Louisville before, but I was a big titty twister. Oh my, I would not hesitate. I'd be like, titty twister. And I grew out of it, I guess. I guess I matured from
That's the
that. But then
worst.
when people would they'd be like, yes, you would totally. So who am I to say that, you know, I was a grown ass woman grabbing my friends' boobs and
Almost
twisting them just for fun. It's
this
like
is a
a
joke.
slug bug. Yeah, like a slug bug. It wasn't a
Yeah. Yeah.
fancy
I almost
fancy.
Mike Tyson to one of my kids for doing that shit the other day. Joking. I didn't almost hit my kid. It's a joke. But I did yell.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that hurts.
Yeah. So I mean,
Sensitive
it
spot.
yeah, it sucks. It sucks bad. Yeah, it's I mean, got your nipple, 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 and they laugh. It's I mean, it's all good. When he turns 15 and he's coming out of the shower, I'm not gonna go in there and be like, yeah, you know what I mean. But while he's two, sure, fuck it. And speaking of body parts and knowing
Proper name.
the, the proper names of body parts, I found out when I was like 10 or 11 year olds what the clitoris was because y- you called me one in the car. We were I called you a shithead or something like that. It was one of the rare moments where you let me cuss and we just kind of went back and forth and we were laughing and having a good time, and then you called me a clitoris. I was like,
What's
what
that?
is that? And you were like, I'm not going to get too into it. Just know when it comes time, more
Part of
clit,
the
less
female.
vagina. Yeah. You're like, focus on that. So,
You're welcome.
so, yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
welcome, Melissa.
yeah. She thanks you. She thanks
So,
you.
you
Little
know,
man in the boat.
Andrew, did I tell you when I was little, I think my very first pet or the family pet, we had a mouse that my dad called Scroat.
Yeah. Those scroats.
These Thompsons, whoa, people, whoa,
Yeah.
things you
Don't
never
bring your animals
knew.
around us. We'll call
We
it a sexual organ.
we would love to know your experiences. Have you called each other, your family, other by genitalia names?
Maybe bought a set of ferrets and called them fallopian tubes. I don't know. Just like anything.
And I really would like to hear from other parents about, how they, even address the topic of sexuality, with their, because it can be awkward, especially difficult when it's a single parent and it's the opposite gender. Because there's things that I will never physically experience that Andrew has experienced to be able to tell him, hey, this is
And
just
vice
it's a
versa.
pass. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, vice versa. Yeah, please let us know. Let us know. Where can they email us at?
Thompson Talk podcast at gmail.com.
Yep. Or you can go on YouTube, type in Thompson Talk, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure when you subscribe, you hit that post notification bell so you never miss an upload. Hey, it's free. Just hit the button. You know, show us some love. We will show love back always. When you go down in that comment section, like Mama Thompson said, tell us your craziest sexual story. Try to keep it
Wow.
YouTube clean. Wait, wait.
That's maybe not. Well, you can send it to our Gmail, thompsontalkpodcast@gmail.com.
Just
We do appreciate the comments that we've received on our YouTube channel thus far. So really, 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 it kind of makes our day when we go to the YouTube channel and we see the comments that people make. What are
yeah,
you
no,
saying?
thanks for the love, guys. Thank you. Don't tell us about your craziest sexual.
No, you can send it in an email.
Okay.
Uh, okay, you guys, take care, stay well, stay healthy, and until next time.
Until next time. See you guys.